guys? Sheep by back. Just the deck profile to round it off. I don't know what they do over there, but they do something. RBET is over. Hopefully you can hear me unless I have to do it again. Yeah, sadly it didn't top. Not even close to topping. But as mentioned in the vlog, it's not the fault of the deck, it's the fault of the pilot. As I told everybody, I'm really good at building decks, but I'm really bad at playing Edison. And yeah, it showed today. I played really bad. I misplayed games and then got sacked the next game, but if I didn't misplay the game, I could have won. So it's my fault. So I played Flammable Fairies, pretty cool deck. I feel like I had an amazing list. Like, I feel like the list is almost solving the deck. There are some things they could have done differently, but it was never the deck fault. It was always my fault, so that's why I'm still showing the deck even though I did so poorly. But yeah, sadly didn't top. So, Fairies, Triple Christia, 6 Recruiters, so standard stuff. 2 Honest, also standard stuff. Then hand traps, triple purple light, triple orange light. Purple light is non-standard, but purple light is here because it's flammable fairies to push through your unfair cards. Basically, the idea of the deck is to play modern Yu-Gi-Oh! While your opponent is playing Edison. So you have an unfair win condition, you have hand traps, and then you're just playing the game from there. And basically, as the unfair cards, you have triple Christia, 3 Aetos, because if it sticks, it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, and also with the purple light you can make it stick, but also the dead draws aren't as bad if you have the Herald, so that's something. And as mentioned, for the Flamwells, the other unfair card is Dog. So basically, with Dog, Aetos and Christia, and also 2 Gold Socks, you basically have 11 unfair cards, where you only need to see one and push through one of them to gain advantage, even though Aetos isn't the craziest card. Just Aetos puts up so much pressure, and then you can win from there, basically. Fun fact about the Herald, it's really nice that it's a level 2 non-tuner, so I can make Bryonic and Goyo using the Flammable Magician, and it came up pretty often, so that's something. Speaking of Magician 1 Rekindling, just for the Gold Sock to search, which is also like an unfair card. But I feel like the great thing was the purple light. Never wrong. Shoutouts to Vincent for lending me 2. I bought a 3 in the venue, a 3rd in the venue, because I can't play 2 Otis, 1 Ultra. Perfect card, like won every match where it came up. So that's something. 1 D-Arc to crash into if you have Gold Sock and Recruiter to make some funny plays. Fun fact, I only summoned Christia thrice today, and I got Judgmented once, I believe. So I don't know what was with the deck, but I didn't really see my cards all too often. A lot of games I was just playing Flammable Beatdown and it was fine, so that's something. 1 DD Warrior Lady to summon off the Shining Elf. One thing I was considering, or like maybe missing, was having another non-fairy monster to summon, so your graveyard count can be controlled more easily, I believe, but I never really missed it, at least not today, but sometimes on DB it happened. 1 Granmore because the boy! Granmore plus Christia is basically an FTK, if you have something to protect the Christia. Like, Christia on its own is like an FTK with the purple light, but then if you back it up with the Granmore to always bounce the monster, that's basically a full lockdown. There's nothing your opponent can do. And one thing that deck struggles with is big beat sticks that got stuck onto the field. Something like Karius, which you couldn't answer and don't have honors or anything. Then it's really hard, so that's something. One card I missed, but I was also talking about it, deck profile, would have been Gale. I believe Gale was a nice card, would have been nice. I was also thinking about Sidras, which would have been nice, because they also out Catastro. And Catastro is really annoying for the deck. Like, you have some things like the Herald, the books and all the stuff, but just having another card to out it is pretty good, but I didn't know what to cut. Maybe I played 42 to fit Sidra, but that seems so cold. Or also the Gale. Like, there's nothing you can cut, except maybe the D-Arc, but I don't really know. Would have loved to have Sidra and Gale somewhere. Best card, Book of Moon. Amazing card. just because of the recruiters, because you can attack. If they deep prison or something, then you just book it and you still keep up the pressure, which is really nice. And also you can book something so the fire dog can run over it. You can make your body stick. Just the perfect card. MST, I don't play Heavy Storm. I play Heavy Storm in the side deck. My opponent plays around Heavy because he doesn't see the Heavy. And I feel like MST is better. There's no really reason to miss the Heavy Storm in the main deck, especially if you have purple lights. So just needed to make space. But against some decks I said it, of course. Broken trap cards. Torrential, Force de Miro. Call of the Honor, which is the 41st card. Wasn't playing until close to the tournament. But I knew the card is broken. It lets me manipulate the graveyard, it lets me summon Christian, summon Aetos. Broken card, I had to play it, and I was deciding, okay, 41 is okay. 2 Decree and Judgment. So just having Flammable Dog plus Decree is insane. Having Christian Decree is insane. Being able to do anything with Decree is insane. Having Honest Decree, stupid lineup. So that's something. Tokens. Charlotte CV Grinder. Extra deck doesn't really matter. I don't even need to sort it. Colossal, something. Cards. Only thing worth mentioning is Armory Arm is really nice. Happened once where you synchro off purple light and orange light to summon Christia. Sounds stupid, but sometimes of a recruiter you want to summon something. Or like if you need to set something to keep yourself alive or anything. Weird scenarios I can't even describe, but this card comes up, so that's something. And Fortress Dragons, yep. Now, interesting thing, side deck. Sidera and Proto Cyber Dragon. Amazing cards. As mentioned, would have liked to have it in the main deck, but great cards. Smashing Crown, my body is a shield. This would have also made it into the main deck if I had the space. Just some flexible cards for Gladiator Beasts, some value or Blackwing variants. Like there are a lot of these scenarios where I just set in one more card and then it's either one of these depending on the matchup. So just for side patterns. Soul Release over DD Crow because it lets me manipulate my graveyard for Aetos and Christia, so that's nice. Sometimes I would have loved to have DD Crow, especially against something like Fox, but never missed it today, so that's something. DD Assailant. Could have also been Warrior Lady, but Assailant is for Deck Devastation Virus, so it cannot get destroyed, like because you set it in against Blackring and Value, so you just keep them off of their resources. Good cards, but I got Deck Devi twice today and purple lighted it both times, so it happens. 2-0 every Blackwing and Value, but sadly not the rest. Then I played one green light, especially for Gigawise and Light Sworn, so you can take on one purple light, or against some matchups you also take in the green light to just have more Heralds, and yeah, more Heralds are just good. Because usually in Edison you want to go +1 to win the games, but in this deck you just want to go neck, have one unfair win condition, make it stick, and then win from there. Also against Gigawise you crash your recruiters to summon the green light, crash the green light and summon the Christia, add back the green light so they cannot mark off the roasted, so that's something. Ghost, Heavy Storm, also would have loved to have it in the main deck. Like a lot of cards, but there's too many perfect cards I feel like to play modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't want to cut down on purple lights. As mentioned, these were insane, but they are somewhat the cards to cut, but I don't believe in cutting them down, so that's something. And then we have Consecrated, and Jürgen. Jürgen, amazing card, also summoned it once today. Then my opponent with Gigawise top deck, I believe one of the 2 UFO turtles in his deck to crash over it. Like, and those were the only top decks to summon over the Jürgen, so that's something I guess. And yeah, Consecrated Light, broken card, added back of Christia, summoned it off Recruiters, summoned it back of Call of the Honored. Fun fact, first time in my life I decked somebody out today. I decked out Vayu Turbo after I played through 2 of the Icarus, 1 got milled, and the Card Trooper, and then we just played stare down. Like I also had Decree and Consecrated Light, and then absolute cinema. Yeah, and with that being said, that's the deck. Amazing deck. I hope to play an RBET again. I will practice to become better at the deck. I still believe this deck is amazing. It could be the second best deck or the best deck, depends on the value variance. The man behind the camera played the good value variant, which I talked about in the vlog. One of these decks is insane, or like at least both, and I'm happy with the deck. I'm not happy with the pilot. And with that being said, see you in the next RBET. Bye!